What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Overthinking Understanding Podcast. I'm your host, Viktoriya Moore, and we are back with another episode. How have you guys been doing? How have you guys, girls? How have y'all been doing? I hope everyone's mental health is going good. And if it's not going good, I'm sending prayers and rare wishes to y'all. With that being said, we're going to get into this episode. On today's episode, we're going to do it a little bit different. I like to make a note. I know y'all see me. I got my green on. I was looking for green like crazy. I ain't going to lie, y'all. I was looking for green in my closet. I do not wear a lot of green. I did not know that. I found that out looking for shirts to shoot the rest of these episodes in. So, of course, the next 3 episodes is going to all be in green, because that is the color for Mental Health Awareness Month, and that is going to be a theme for all of the podcasts for this month. So, y'all see me with my green on, my button up. I think I had 3 green buttons up. It's not on purpose. They all different colors, so that worked out. So that definitely worked out. But yeah, we're going to get into this episode. We're going to do this episode a little bit different. I don't necessarily have topics to talk about today. I don't have a topic to talk about. What I did was research mental health tips for you guys. So I found about 4 mental health tips. Most of the list has about 10 things to do, and one list had 30. So that's the reason that it's 4 lists, because one list is long. It had like 31 things or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off these lists, and we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about if I do these things, just getting the information out there to you guys. Put the disclaimer out there. I probably won't be giving the websites I'm reading these off of, just because I'm not promoting any other websites, so I'm not, I picked these 4 lists randomly, so it's nothing special with the website. They just had the information that I wanted to present to you guys. So without further ado, we're going to get into the first list. I probably should have had the phone unlocked, huh? That would have been smoother, huh? No, what y'all let aside. The first list, I'll say, so number 1 on this list says, make social media connection, especially face-to-face. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I was like, social media, it says social net. Okay, it says, make social connection, especially face-to-face, a priority. So it's a phone call, social network, social media, have the places, but a few things, street busting, mood busting, power of quality, face-to-face time with other people. I think I agree with that. I think even having 1 or 2, it's not agree or disagree, let me not say that, but I do think that is a great tip. Definitely, I think a social connection helps boost you, or could help boost your mood, even if you have 1 or 2 people. I agree with that. The second one on this list says stay active. That definitely helps me. It says staying active is good for brain cell activity and body regulation. I'm sorry, I have my baby in here, so if y'all hear anything, I apologize in advance. She is in here. But I said, so that one will stay active. So I agree with that. And like I say, it has regular exercise, helps you improve your mood and memory. But active could be basketball, boxing, hockey. It's so many things. It doesn't even have to be a sport. Walking. It's so many things that you could do to stay active. So I'm a big believer in that. I'm a huge believer in staying active. Not staying busy to avoid it or try to get your mind off of it. Well, just staying active, generally doing something that you love to boost your mood. And if you could actively do it, being a dog walker or something like that, cat walker, they walk cats. I actually did see a cat on the leash. That's neither here nor there, but I'm just saying, so I definitely agree with that, staying active. And then it says, talk to someone, talking to a friend, face-to-face, in person, social media, social interaction with someone who cares for you, or who cares for you, is an effective way to calm your nerves and relieve your stress. Yeah, I think my dad is definitely my go-to person. My dad, whoever I'm dating at the time, but even if that, probably my dad. So I agree with that. Getting out there and going to go talk to somebody, talk to people. And I really like the fact that they have social media and a lot of these things, for the simple fact of, we live in a world where you could have 10 million friends, or I don't want to say friends, right? 10 million connections. 10 million connections, your internet friends, family. I will say that because what's wrong with that, right? You can have these connections over the internet. So if you have Wi-Fi or signal, you can literally have you have millions to billions of people at your fingertips, like at your fingertips, and you're able to go on live. And even if you not have one soul in the world you feel like you can talk to, like the other one said, make face to face a priority. You could get on live and be able to talk to people. So I really think that's dope, and I really because social media can be negative sometimes. I know a lot of times social media can affect people's mental health in a negative way, and people be like, get off of the social media, get off of the social media, go do this, go do that. But sometimes social media helps, and there's nothing wrong with getting on social media. I get on here and I talk to you guys like y'all talking back to me, and eventually, like I say, I have had so many people hit me up on, I say Snapchat of all things, but a lot of people hit me up on Snapchat, and I didn't think Snapchat was still. I still don't think it's popping, but people be hitting me up on that, so people still on there. But Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, I put these videos out and people find a way to contact me. So, as I say, just talking to someone, however you can talk to someone. Think outside the box, like it's mindset. If you get your mindset or your attitude on it is I have to talk to somebody face to face, or the real people, you can email talk to somebody. It's so many people out there waiting to have conversations. So I agree with that. That was number 4 on this list, talk to someone. And then it says, appeal to your senses. Does listening to any songs help you or uplift your mood or even calm you down? Does squeezing a stretch ball help you feel centered? What about taking a walk in nature and enjoying the sights and sounds of trees? Everyone responds to sensory, I don't know how to put it. Is it sensory input a little different? So experts say find a way that works best for you. I like that right there. Appeal to your senses. I don't even think I would have put it like that. So that's pretty cool. But I like that. Listening to music, anything that makes you feel better. Working out. I get I would say eating food. I guess anything in balance is good. Your taste buds being able to taste, or even producing food, cooking food. So I agree with that. Appeal to your senses was number 4 on this list. It says take up a relaxation practice. Yoga, meaningful meditation, and deep breathing can help reduce overall stress levels. I actually do want to get into yoga, because people that do yoga be very strong. Their core strong. Like, I was finna say they bones, but they muscles. Like, I just feel like it's kind of like, I don't know why when I think about yoga, I think about pole dancing, but some of the tricks they do with pole dancing, like their core strength, their physically and upper body strength is crazy too. But like yoga, some of them poses and things they be doing, like you gotta be in shape to do those things. And a lot of yoga is like your body weight. I think it's all your body weight, right? That's why I should get into it. But I definitely want to take up yoga, so I like that. Meditation, I meditate a lot. You say meditate on the word. Y'all know my faith. I'm a Christian, so I meditate a lot, and it does help. I can say for me, it does help. So I like that. Take up a relaxation practice. And number 6, make leisure, and it says make leisure a priority. I like that. It says leisure is necessary for emotions and mental health. Take some time to relax and pay attention to the positive things you have going and what's going on about your day. Even the small things. Write them down if you can, because they can be easy to forget. Then you can reflect on them later in your mood. Then you can reflect on them later if your mood needs to be boosted. I really like that. Make leisure a priority. I like that. Yeah, I like that. And hey, leisure time. I don't think it's too much. No, I don't. That was a great one. I don't even think it's too much more to say on that. Make leisure. I like that. Make leisure time necessary for your emotional and mental health. It says eat. It say eat a brain, healthy diets to support strong mental health. I see. Look, I should have like I read through some of these, but I found these like a few days ago, right? So I don't even remember. It said eat a brain. It said all right. So okay, it says for foods that can support your mood includes fatty fish rich in omega 3, nuts, walnuts, almonds, cashews, avocados, beans, leafy greens, spinach, kale, Brussels sprouts, fruits, and berries. All right, yeah, eat. I mean, yeah, eat healthy. I think the top of that one was a little bit weird. Eat brain, healthy diet to support mental health. But I mean, I get what they saying. You are what you eat. I guess that's what they're trying to say. But I mean, I agree. Eat some healthy foods. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not agree or disagree. I won't even just say healthy food because, like I say, I feel like everything is a diet. Definitely, you just don't want to go if you eating a bunch of snacks and what can I say, snacks, fried foods, anything that's doing the opposite effect of making you feel better. You probably don't want to do that, but definitely balance. So I agree with what the list is saying. Eat healthy, but everything is balanced. And then it says don't skimp on sleep. It matters more than you think. One way to get better sleep is to take a break from a screen, TV screen, phone screen, tablet, or computer, in 2 hours. In 2 hours before bedtime. So I'm guessing it's saying it should end. You should not be looking at a phone or computer screen 2 hours before bedtime because it stimulates you. I mean, I haven't tried that. Like I went to a class yet last year, MRT, for some of you guys who checked out should I think positive or negative. I was kind of speaking about that experience, but that's what got me into deep breathing and it helps me. But I cannot say like I have tried not looking at a TV screen or a computer or something like that for 2 hours because I literally will go to sleep. I could be reading like a chapter from my Bible or a book, but I'm listening to YouTube. I got the TV on in the background, so I have not tried that. But I mean, it might help. It might help, to to help some people fall asleep. I don't know if it'll be helpful for me. I should try it out. What y'all think? I should probably like try it out for like a week or so and see if it helps me out. Maybe 2 weeks. Let it get it work into my system. But don't skip on sleep. For the overall message, that was number 8. That's the title of that little tip. Don't skimp on sleep. And I do think sleep helps. I think sleep rejuvenates. And like I say, I'm a big believer in balance because I know people who use sleep to avoid their life. So none of these tips, none of these lists that I am reading off says, avoid what you have going on in your life by doing this or avoid your sadness or your problem. This is supposed to actually help boost your mood. Like fix it. Help some things that you can do to kind of like boost your spirit up, boost your mental health. For I'm saying mood, but mental health overall. That is what all these lists of. That's where all these lists are. Mental health tips. So I like that. Don't skimp on sleep. It says find a purpose or a meaning. It says this is different for everyone. You might try the following: engage in work that makes you feel useful, invest in a relationship and spend quality time with people who matter to you, volunteer, which can help you enrich in your life and make you happier. And then it says care for others, which can be rewarding and meaningful as it is challenging. I like that. If y'all haven't checked out my episode, you have a purpose, and I believe everybody was born with a purpose, and everybody's purpose is to live their life. That is your purpose, what I feel like. But I definitely think finding something to add fuel to you living your life and being, like I say, volunteer. Like, man, I'm sorry, like the list says, volunteering, doing things that make you feel useful, caring for others, like they say. And I like the fact that this list says it's rewarding and meaningful as it is challenging. Because caring for others, it can kind of get you down, but at the same time, to know that somebody is better off, or you did something, put some food on somebody's table, help them with bills, any clothes, like small things, even just talking to them, and it made them feel better, even though like you may feel drained. Sometimes that does help boost you up. So I like that it's showing you that some of these things can be a two-sided coin, and it's not just one thing. It's not just one thing like, oh, you did this, so you're gonna feel good. No, some of these things you do, that's what it's balanced. Some of these things you do may have the opposite effect. So everything is in balance. But I like that. And volunteer, I really do enjoy volunteering. I feel like I should do it more. I not feel like I should do it more. I know I should do it more. But volunteering is actually good. And then engaging. Oh, I'm sorry. Engaging works that makes you feel useful. I really feel like I kind of beat that. I say it all the time. Like I think I done beat that nail over the head. Like sometimes people get jobs, and having a job that you hate is like one of the worst things for your mental health. But people literally be in a job that they hate, they cannot stand, and they think it's gonna get better. But every day you gotta spend 8 to 9 to 12 hours in this environment. So it's just, like I say, it's balanced. Like you may not like your job every day. You might not like a part of your job. You might not like a certain supervisor that work at your job. Like small things, but like if you can't stand the person from when you walk in the door to when you walk out of the door on break, then it's like maybe if it's able, get another job. Get another job, find something. So meaningful work, I really enjoy that. And then it says invest in a relationship and spend quality time with people who matter to you. And I like that. And like I say, balance, you matter to them too. Because sometimes, let's be for real. We get and we attach ourselves to people that don't necessarily reciprocate what we have going on. So I like that, who matter to you, but it's a double-edged sword. Find some people that go where you celebrate it. That's the best way to put it. Thank you. Shout out to Instagram for that because I just read that a little bit earlier. But I know people say it all the time, but go where you are celebrated and be around people that you would love to celebrate and see how your mental health feel better. Nobody wants to be around somebody where they feel like they're steady pouring, and nobody is refilling, or nothing that they're doing is refilling them. Then you become an empty cup and you're sad. So I like that was that tip number 9 or 10? Let's see if there's one more on here. Oh, yep, that was number 9. So find purpose and meaning. And in this one they have four little breakdowns. So engage in work, invest in relationships, spend quality time, volunteer, and then caring for others. So number 10 on this list is important. If y'all checked out last week's episode, that's exactly what I said. It's number 10 on this list says get help if you need it. So if all these things don't work, and doing these things, because it's not like you have to do one thing or you can only do this tip and not do this tip. But it says get help if you need it. So if you're doing all these things and you still not feeling better, or just in conjunction with getting help, do these things too. So get help. If it is nothing wrong with getting help. I know people feel like, no, I just deal with it on my own. And I'm not gonna say people. I feel like men do this a lot. Like, oh, this person need help, and this person need help, and this person need help, but I deal with it myself, or I do. Like, no, like you coping with it, or just because you're doing that doesn't mean that it's better. You might be better in the time, in the moment, but that pressure is still there. You might relieve the top a little, when you got a pressure cooker. And you gotta relieve the pressure before you take it off, or you ain't able to open the lid. So you might let a little steam out, but then you ain't took that lid off. You ain't uncovering what's under there. So, and that's to the males, because I know a lot of men don't do it, and that's not just saying just males don't do it, but I know a lot of men just like real big on not getting help. Get help if you need it. So that was the first list. Let's get into the second list. It says 10 things you can do for your mental health. Value yourself. I loved it. That's why I picked this. That was number 1. Like I say, I skimmed through these lists. I'm telling you right now, this list right here, I don't know everything that's on this list, but that was number 1 on this list, and that's why I picked it to discuss on this episode. Value yourself. You a rock star. Like I tell you, I don't care. It don't matter how nobody else feels about you. Have you ever, I don't know y'all, you know what I'm saying? I can only speak from experience. I have been that place before low self-esteem, you go through insecurities, all this stuff, just projection, different things that the world put on you, and you go through these different phases. But when you start loving yourself, and like I say, this is me speaking from experience, when you start loving yourself, it is one of the most powerful. You could be sitting up there, everybody in the room could think your outfit ugly. If you think that you bum, they can't take your confidence away. It's nothing, nobody opinion above your own mean anything. It's wonderful. It's a hell of a feeling. I'm telling you. Like, if I would have let the naysay, the negativity get to me with this podcast, I wouldn't be sitting at almost 1,100 downloads. Shout out to y'all once again. That's the fans. But I wouldn't be sitting at 1,000 downloads, over 3,000, 4,000 something views on YouTube. All them videos I broke down. One video did better than the others, but I wouldn't have no views on YouTube because I wouldn't be doing anything. I wouldn't be putting my face out there. I wouldn't be going up to people and, hey, shout my podcast out, or walking around with my face on a t-shirt. Like, value yourself. Value yourself. It says, treat yourself with kindness and respect. Treat yourself with kindness and respect. Avoid self-criticism. Make times for your hobbies and favorite projects. Broaden your horizon. Do a daily crossword puzzle. Plant a garden. Take dance lessons. Learn to play an instrument or become fluent in another language. This list on point. I just said I ain't up here. This list on point. This is just number one. We don't even need to finish. This is number one. This should have been the end of this list. They started off with a bang. Like I said, I don't even know what day 10 is. Value yourself. Value yourself. Man, I love it. Number two, that was number one, value yourself. Number two on this list says take care of your body. Taking care of yourself physically can improve your mental health. Be sure to eat nutritious meals. Avoid smoking and vaping. Avoid smoking and vaping. Drink plenty of water. Exercise which helps decreases depression and anxiety and improves moods. Get enough sleep. Yeah, I'm feeling this list, man. I'm feeling this list. Because even literally some of the subtopics, that was sub points for number two. Some of the subtopics was just bullets on that other list. Like I say, I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying this is pretty cool. And all I did was Google tips for mental health. So if y'all want to find these lists or something like that, you can reach out and I can send them to you. But I just literally just Googled. The internet is full of all this information. So that was number two for this list. Take care of your body. Eat nutritious meals, avoid smoking and vaping, drink plenty of water, exercise, get enough sleep. Like I say, everything is in balance. Everything is in balance. So I'm not going to say don't. That's why I said avoid. But, Number three on this list, surround yourself with good people. Just said that. Surround yourself with good people. Not the people that you want to be good. All right. The list didn't say that, but I'm saying that. Not the people that you want to be good. Hello? Surround yourself with people that is actually good for you. Not the ones you want to be good. So we're going to get into actually what this list say. It says, people with strong family or social connection are generally healthier than those who lack a support network. Make plans with supportive family members. Make plans with supportive family members. This is what I get for being funny. I lost my place. Make plans with supportive family members and friends, or seek activities where you can meet new people, such as a club, class, or support group. Can I do that? I can't snap that good. That's poetry right there, man. That's poetry right there. Surround yourself with good people. It says supportive family members or friends. Not just your relatives because they are your relatives. Not just your friend because you consider them a friend. Supportive. Lady London said it. I think I said it in the last track. but that's one of my favorite songs right now. But what is it, like Mount Summit on the Mount or something like that, or Mount Summit, whatever. That's not important, all right? It's one of my favorite songs I can think about right now. But at the end of that song, she says, I disconnect from anybody who don't believe in me. I disconnect from anybody that don't believe in me. So, like I said, you ain't got to agree. You ain't got to be on thing, but for you to not, the belief, for you to have, it's different if you keep it to yourself, or even to have unbelief. I don't need that around me. Supportive connections with people. I'm sorry. Let me try to. I'm picking it apart. People with strong family or social connection are generally healthier than those who lack a support network. And like I said, I like how they put family and friends second. A support network could be so many things. Like I say, social media is a support network to a lot of people. I watch people go live and talk to their phone all day long, but I feel, let me correct it, because I feel like saying talking to your phone kind of discredit the people that they talking to, because it's real people. Like I don't know if y'all check it out. What's her name? D Hair Boutique. Like I say, if I shout it out or something, like it ain't sponsored or nothing. It's stuff that I actually listen to. But I like jumping on her lives. It only be a few little people on there, and like we talk. It's cool to sit there and talk back, ask questions, different little things. And that lady is a millionaire, and you could literally open up your phone and be able to go talk to a millionaire, just down to earth, go through the same problem situations that you do. I think her stuff is like just D on Instagram or whatever. But a network, a strong connection, it makes you feel better. And a lot of people, like I say, men, and some people, I do it on my own, I'm good. Don't get me wrong, like I'm that type of person too. When stuff goes on, sometimes I do disconnect. But at the same time, I have a network that I can go talk to. I might disconnect and take my time and step back, but in order to pull me out that slump or sometimes get me over that hump, I do have a group of people that I can go talk to. I do have a group of people I can go talk to, and I love it. So shout out. I'm sorry. Look, I'm gonna try to hold down my excitement for some. I'm really enjoying this list. I'm discovering this list with y'all. So this is raw, real, uncut feedback right here. So what was that one? Surround yourself with good people. We just on number 3 on this 10 list. Let me come on. Let me speed up. All right. It says, give yourself, volunteer your time and energy to help someone else. You feel good about doing something tangible to help someone in need, and it is a great way to meet people. And then it says, see fun and cheap things to do in and around you. That is pretty, like, yeah, I like that. Give yourself. And I do. And like I say, like, I enjoy this podcast, but I guess that's literally what I do. I come on here, I give my experiences, different little things I go through, regardless of how I feel, how busy I am at work. Like, I know y'all see the production, but it's so much that goes into it. And then I still beat myself up because I want it to be better, because I am giving it to y'all. I don't like y'all. Whatever happens before it and how I got to get the message out to y'all, what I got to do to get it out to y'all, I want it to be to y'all good. Because this may be something that brings enjoyment to somebody's day. So I'm giving of myself. Or even cooking, like I say, volunteering, like giving yourself does feel good. Any way, shape, or form. And then some people, like I say, I got a homeboy. Well, can I say that? How can I put it? Sometimes we kind of judge people and let people, they a hoe, he a player, this and that. But sometimes I feel, and I'm going to tell you the truth, sometimes I get caught up on that. Because I feel like every person is supposed to feel loved. And if I'm able to provide that love, then I'm trying to date them all. And not in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? It kind of sounds bad. Can't really fix it. But I got a homeboy who think that same way with physically pleasing women. He like, I know that I'll never be able to give myself to one person, because the act of physically pleasing a woman is him giving himself, so he loves it. And I'm just saying that, like, all I'm saying, like I said, I'm a mindset speaker. So I try to give different angles and different ways to look at life, because sometimes you're giving yourself volunteering. I'm giving myself, I'm doing this. So sometimes people put giving yourself maybe a negative connotation attached to it for you, because you're giving yourself so much and you're like, I don't want to give myself no more. I don't have nothing else to give of myself. I give myself too much, people take advantage. So I just try to give different ways to look at it. So that was number 4 on this list. Give yourself. Number 5, learn how to deal with stress. Like it or not, stress is a part of life. I'm gonna read that twice. Y'all done asked me to, but I think it's important. Like it or not, stress is a part of life. Practice good coping skills. Take a 1-minute stress strategy test. Do Tai Chi, exercise, take a nature walk, play with your pets, or try journal writing as a stress reducer. Also, remember to smile and see humor in life. I like this list, man. I like this list. Okay, it says also remember to smile and see the humor in life. Research shows that laughter can boost your immune system, ease pain, relax your body, and reduce stress. When I tell y'all I'm discovering this list with y'all and I am enjoying myself, we might not get, I might skip to the next list, to the 31 list, depending on how long this episode start getting. But hey, man, because I don't want to rush this list. I think this list is dope. That was just number 5. To break that down, I like it. Like stress is a part of life. Just if y'all didn't check out the last episode, check out the last episode. That's exactly on the lines of what I was talking about. Deal with and control. Powerful people control what they can control. So you can't control anxiety. You can't control. You can't control that it happens to us because we're human. Stress comes with life, but being able to control it is where your power lies at. So I think that is very good. Practice good coping skills. That is always good. Like I said, I'm a type of person, I've been in the Army since I was 18, so I have never smoked. I didn't smoke before the Army because I seen people around me do it, and it took away, it didn't make, how like you see some stuff and you want to do it because you see people doing it. I felt like I watched people around me smoke so much, and they'll smoke instead of taking care of this, or smoke instead of doing this. I ain't never wanted to be addicted to nothing, so smoking was never one of those things where I'm fiending to try weed or do this. It ain't never been that big to me. Don't get me wrong, I am a chef. I love to cook. When they started fusing it with food and stuff, it just it didn't make me want to try, but it was another avenue. Because like I said, I have a brother with cancer and everything. So I'm like, that's a pretty dope skill to learn. I have not, like I said, I'm still active duty. I have never tried it. But all that to just say, a good coping mechanism is one reason that I drink, but I would not drink if I don't feel good. I would not drink, and when I feel good, I would not drink if I'm sad. I would not drink to, take the edge off for the day. I have never been that type of person. I'd rather go exercise, read the Bible, fast, do something like that. Something naturally that I can control that at any given time I can do it. I never wanted to get attached to alcohol and it helps calm me down or, helps stimulate me, do something like that. And then when I don't have alcohol, I'm not able to cope. So that's just my outlook on it. That's why I prefer meditation. I have actually tried journaling, and journaling I actually did enjoy journaling because it says try journal writing as a stress reducer. And what I liked about journaling, just like I think the other list kind of said it, when you able to keep track of what you did, so you could set a goal for the day and then you could go back at the end of the day and be like, oh, I didn't complete none of my goals. And it's kind of like a mixed review. But journaling, I like reflective journaling because I'm all big on reflection, self-reflection, all of that. I like reflective journaling. What I like about reflective journaling is it tells you what you did. So it's like, oh, I accomplished this. I accomplished that today. Oh, this did happen today. That did happen today. So definitely I agree with the journaling. And, laughter, I've been knowing them. For those who don't know, this might be your first episode, welcome. I'm a cabin attendant that cooks at the back of private jets. So I have known this pilot. I've been working this job 4 years in May. So yeah, this month. I've been working this job about 4 years. I've been knowing this pilot, but I didn't know how old he was. He said he was 41 years old. And like I say, 41 is not old. You learn as you get closer to these ages that them ages is not old. But that doesn't mean that some people don't wear age well, or life or how can I say it? Life kind of wears them instead of them being in life. And he looks so young, but he is playful. And that was one of the, it's ironic that I'm reading this because it was funny because I told him like you don't take life too serious. Like I bet you that was a part of it. And he has a sense of humor. He said his family and stuff is jokesters. So and like I say, so it says research shows that laughter can boost your immune system, ease pain, relax your body, and reduce stress. Like that, and I think that's dope. So that was number 5. Learn how to deal with stress. Number 6 on this list: quiet your mind. Try meditating and mindfulness, prayer, relaxation exercises, and praying can improve your state of mind and outlook on life. In fact, research shows that meditation can help you feel calm and enhances the effects of therapy. To get connected and see spiritual resources, it says personal well-being for students. But that's pretty dope. Quiet your mind. I think that's another powerful thing when stuff get crazy. Especially, like I say, it's nerve-wracking cooking. Whenever you cook for somebody, right? Anyway, right? Because you want somebody to like your food, or you in your mind and you get nervous. One thing I had to teach myself, because I have been fortunate enough to be around some awesome cooks, awesome chefs, and I have learned the fundamentals and learning that you need to execute the basics. Executing the basics extraordinary makes an extraordinary dish. Not trying to be this overzealous, doing too much, super ambitious. Build on it from the fundamentals. And I'm just saying all that to say, when I get up on that aircraft and I get nervous, every time I get on that aircraft, I'm not always cooking for the same people. So I have to quiet my mind. I have to chill, and I have to remember, because when your mind gets busy and you get too caught up in your mind, you tend to forget about the important stuff, which is the basics, and you focus on freaking out, overthinking. You know what I'm saying? You sit there, you overthink, and you forget all about understanding. You know understanding, but you look right past understanding, going in a circle, and understanding just like, I'm right here, like you know what to do. You don't want to trip, and I ain't went nowhere. So I'm just saying all that to say, like, quieting your mind definitely does help me. It definitely helps me. And like I say, I meditate, I pray, and it helps me. And I'm just saying, like, everything is with balance. I'm not saying that I can read all these lists. I'm gonna give you about 100 things total. All of these lists added up, right? I'm gonna give you about 100 things to say. Some of them overlap, But all I'm saying is try to use them. Try to use them. Try to implement them and see how it works out. So I definitely like that. And definitely sitting back and quieting your mind helps you reflect on life. And it can change your outlook. Number 7 says set realistic goals. Decide what you want to achieve academically and professionally and personally, and write them down. The steps you need to realize, and write down the steps you need to realize realize your goal. Aim high. Be realistic, but don't overschedule. You'll enjoy a tremendous sense of accomplishment and self-worth as you progress towards your goal. And if you haven't, like I say, I already shouted out that episode, but if you haven't checked out Should I Think Positive and Negative, which is a wonderful episode, good episode. That's when I went through the MRT training, it taught me about SMART. And like I said, this is first episode. I recently started college back, and they're actually implementing it into school. And SMART is just an acronym. So it's specific, measurable, action oriented, realistic, and then I think the last T is like time focused or something. But that's exactly what it's saying. A realistic goal, and it's aim high. And I kid you not, like I try to keep certain good things going because sometimes people don't be. I try to keep certain good things going for myself quiet because some people don't be happy for you, right? And people can come and do things. So when I started college, like I said, I wasn't always the smartest at school. Definitely wasn't always the best at writing in English and all that. So I told myself I don't want to go below 80%. Whatever I have to do to get an 80%, I'm doing it. I graduated my first class in college with a 90, I think it was like a 92%. 92%. So I told myself, you're not dropping past the 90. I don't care what you have to do. Realistically, right? Because you aim high. So anything above that, I didn't learn until I started college that college you could pass with like a 60, a D. I'm like, what? Like, that's neither here or there. But I just graduated my second, finished up my third. Was it my second, third? It don't matter. With it like a 94. It's like a 94. I have a 3.7 GPA in school. And like I said, don't get me wrong. College, I feel like it's more, I give you the work, you do the work, you will achieve, you will do good. But it's still dope to set realistic goals and like they say, aim high. I done said it before, cause it was said, reach for the stars, so if you fall, you land on the clouds. Like you aim high, you don't realize that it doesn't go nowhere. Especially if you could still achieve it. It's not like a race or like you lose a fight or you lose a game and they like better luck next season. 9 times out of 10 goals, when you're trying to do goals, you give yourself deadlines. So you could literally, the time may be a little bit longer, but you could still get to your goal. The goal don't poof, vanish, and go away. Sometimes we just get so caught up in not completing the goal in the time that we wanted to complete the goal that we just like, man, I'm cool on that. I don't really want to do that goal no more. Or no, it's all right. It wasn't meant to be. So realistic. And like I said, the feeling of accomplishment when you set goals, that's why what I'm trying to say, setting the goals. I lost my whole train of thought. I scrolled to the next one. What was I was trying to say? Realistic, setting goals. Oh no, man, I lost it. But I like that one right there. Setting realistic goals for yourself the accomplishments. There we go. Go back and read it. Jogged it, right? So it says you'll have a tremendous sense of accomplishment and self-worth. What I was about to say is that's what's important to me about setting small goals. You able to set small goals, big things happen. So I enjoy setting small goals. It's not instant gratification, so because it's still a goal that needs to be done. Like I don't be like, oh, if I make my bed one time out of the week. I'm just saying for me, you could do it. Everything counts, right? But for me, if I make my bed a full week, and this is just an example. I make my bed up every morning for a full week. Congratulations, that's a small goal. But you making your bed up and you come home every day to the clean bed and your dresser not cleaned off make you want to clean the dresser. And then you walk up the hallway and the linen closet need to be straightened up. Makes you want it. So by the time you look up at the end of the month, you like, my whole house clean. My whole house not only clean, it's organized. And then just start over. You get I organized this, so I'm doing that. It trickles down to the car. It trickles down to your wardrobes, your closet. It just so much. So small, attainable, realistic goals makes you feel better too. And it's a boost. Not just, I made my bed up one day. And because it's kind of like, and I won't say that because sometimes it helps. A start is a start. But definitely small goals help. So it says, break up the mundane. I like that. It says, although our routine makes us more efficient and enhances our feelings of security and safety, a little change to a pace or a perk up in the schedule alters your routine. Jogging, road trips, or taking a walk in a different park, hanging with someone new, taking pictures at a new restaurant. It helps. I like that. And like I say, sometimes, especially working, people with kids, you get into this routine and you do the same thing. So breaking up the mundane, I definitely agree with that. And it's small switch ups, and I try to do that. Like I love running, right? I love running. I don't like running at a pace that you set for me. I want to run at my own pace, right? It helps me, whatever. I want to run at my own pace. So I run at so many different run routes. Even if I'll go up the street this way, I'll go up the street this way. I'm fortunate enough to live in an area with so many parks and run routes and bike routes that I don't have to just run regular streets. Or sometimes going to the gym is a break because I could do the bike, I could do the stairs, I could do, I don't really like running on a treadmill. Anybody that like running a treadmill is weird. But I'm just playing. But definitely breaking up the mundane is cool. Like I said, and the little changes. Like, you know what? I'm going to eat this same sandwich every day when I go to work, or I take my kids to this, or even something spicy with, if you sending your significant other a good morning text, like drop a picture in there. Drop a spicy picture in there sometimes to see where you get, but definitely breaking it up. But if you always beefing with your baby mama, why I'm saying baby mama, I don't know, it just popped up in my head. But if you always beefing with your baby mama, baby daddy, try just saying something nice out of the blue and see how y'all get. And I'm just saying, so I like that. Break up the mundane. That was number 8 on that list. Avoid alcohol and other drugs. This list was doing real good. This list was doing good. I'm going to finish it. You know what? Before I get to commentating. It says avoid alcohol and other drugs. Keep alcohol used to a minimum and avoid other drugs. Sometimes people use alcohol and drugs to self-medicate, but in reality, alcohol and other drugs are only aggravating the problem. All right, reading is fundamental. I was finna talk some shit about this. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I was finna talk some trash about this, and it's actually pretty good. I totally agree. Like I say, I wouldn't say avoid, because everything is balanced. We could literally die tomorrow. And sometimes you be thinking, like, I should have tried that. Like, you could literally die by the weirdest, craziest way that you could think of and be like, I died doing this, and I really could have smoked some weed if I wanted to. I kid you not, I had a chick, I'm going to say one of the most genuine relationships I had, but one of the most toxic situations I had with TLC. Now I can't even say it because too many people who really know me know who TLC is. So I just screwed that up. But I definitely had a person tell me that a certain drug was one of their favorite drugs, and it blew my mind because I'm like, that ain't no regular drug to be doing. People that do that drug don't end up looking like you. That's the drug that you love. Like, that drug make you do this. Like, they was like, it make them draw better, it was like, I'll draw a picture of a kitchen, but this certain drug make me put tiles, the lines between the tiles, and then put decorations on the tiles. And I was like, that drug make you do that? Like, never heard of it. Or like, I know a lot of people that like doing shrooms. And like, people like, man, I like listening. I make music on shrooms. I do this on shrooms. Like I say, I'm not promoting drug use, but I do promote people. And I understand that things are balanced. Like, things were created and here for a reason. And anything that's done too much can hurt. Just like how people say avoid drugs, and a lot of these things say exercise. Some people exercise themselves to death. Just die. Dead over exercising. Because it coping and dealing with your issues is different than trying to avoid it. Matter of fact, I seen a meme earlier, and it says, being actually happy and distracting yourself from being sad is different. And that's kind of how I feel like on some of these lists on how it's working, or how I feel, not some of these lists, on this list, how it's working when it says like drugs and alcohol. Like, do what makes you feel good, but don't use it to hide what you got going on. Because once that high leaves, that alcohol runs off, that run is over, or this is over, or your body can't take no more, or whatever, this, that, and the third. If your problem is still going to be there, then it's not really helping you. And then the end of this list, just like the end of the other list, get help if you need it. I really enjoyed that list. I'm going to say that list. I really enjoyed that list. I want to give out. Matter of fact, I just said I'm not going to make myself no liar, but this is dope. This is actually a university I want to say checklist, 10 things. So I like that. So what y'all think? I know I can't hear y'all right now. I got one more. I'm going to skim through it. If it's the same thing, because I don't want to skimp y'all, but I don't want to run too long. So, all right, we go get into it. This is the last list that is 10. We go kind of skim through it. I'm going to do less commentating on it just so we could get to the 31 tip list. So this list says How can I improve my mental health? It says staying positive, practicing gratitude, taking care of your physical health, connecting with others, developing a sense of meaning or purpose, developing coping skills, relax, meditation, relaxation techniques. Yep, and that's the last one. That's the last one. So I kind of read through that one pretty fast because, like I say, the next one is 30 questions, and a lot of those were kind of some we already went over. So this one, 31 tips to boost your mental health. So let's get into it. Like I say, it's 31 tips. So we are going to, I'm not going to, I ain't going to say fly by. I'm lying. But we are going to, if it's some of the same things, then of course I'm not going to stick on it as much. So it says, number one on this list, track gratitude and achievements with a journal. Include 3 things where you were grateful, 3 things where you were able to accomplish each day. I kind of talked about that already. Like I said, that's pretty dope. I actually do it. I don't necessarily, once again, MRT, shout out. If you're in the service and you're able to take that class, definitely take it. If you're in the service and MRT, all you know is hunt the good stuff, sorry for you. Inbox me and I'll give you a class. Service members, not civilians. Civilians, I can kind of talk to you about it, but that was one of the notes they put out in the class. Like, I can't just be up here like, oh, I'm finna give you some MRT. But service members, if you need a boost and you need some MRT training, let me know. So yeah, it says track gratitude, 3 things you're grateful for each day, 3 things you accomplished. And what I was saying, brought up MRT for, like I say, hunt the good stuff. It's literally what you're doing. You take 3 things good about the day, no matter how crazy it was, how small it was. You was able to make the green light track or succession coming to work. And you didn't have to, all of the lights you got to was green. Small things, but it's called hunt the good stuff. And that's kind of what that's doing. So I like that. Like I said, when I journal, I just like to reflect on what I did that day. So it's not good, bad, or whatever. It kind of all mixes into one. So that was number 1 for that. Track gratitude and achievements with a journal. It says number 2 for this list is start your day with a cup of coffee. Coffee consumption is linked to a lower rate of depression. If you can't drink coffee because of the caffeine, try another good drink like green tea. Try another good drink for you like green tea. I was about to say everybody don't drink coffee, and coffee is linked to a lot of boo breath in the morning too. Let me stop with that. But no, drinking coffee, I like drinking coffee. The caffeine don't really bother me. Caffeine don't really keep me up. But green tea, apple juice is one of my favorite drinks that make me feel better. I went to Texas not too long ago, and I told my brother, like, he was like, I'm going to the store. You want anything? I was like, apple juice. He was like, apple juice? That's a weird request. But apple juice is, I don't know why. It's just one of the drinks that make me feel better. And so any drink. So I like that. So start your day off with a drink that you like. But the number 2 for this one, because I don't want to change the list, start your day with a cup of coffee. Number 3 on this list says set up a getaway. It says it could be camping with friends, a trip to the tropics, act of planning a vacation and having something to look forward to can boost your overall happiness for up to 8 weeks. How I'm going to say that this is important, right? I definitely agree. I like taking trips. I take trips all the time. With that being said, just like the other list that we talked about, maybe the first list or whatever, second list too, do things with people that are good for you and that are on the same thing that you on, because it's nothing worse than planning a vacation and you happy for 8 weeks to get on there. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to say it like this better. If you not happy for up to 8 weeks and you got a vacation coming and you're not looking forward to a vacation, maybe you don't need to be going on that vacation. So if you're not looking forward to that vacation, maybe that's a sign that you don't need to be going on that vacation with the people that you are going on that vacation with. But I definitely think setting up getaways, it helped me. I love taking trips. Like I said, I'm a cabin attendant, so I was able to see a huge chunk of the world before 25. I have been all over the world. I have literally been to every state in the United States. I haven't been to every city, every small town in that state, but I have been to every state within the United States. and I've been to a lot of them a whole bunch of times. So I'm just saying that all to say, like, definitely, I done said it on so many podcasts. People can live in the state and only know your block. And I don't know where y'all from. I'm from Texas. I currently live on the East Coast. Moving from Texas and coming to the East Coast was such a culture shock to me, because Texas, and 10 to 5 to 3 hours, you're still in Texas. You're in a different part of Texas. It might look a little bit different because Houston is by the water. Dallas is central. San Antonio is by the water. It's different things you could do, right? But moving to somewhere where I could be in another state in 20 minutes, or I could be way in another state in 2 hours, and 3 hours will put me here, and 4 hours will put me there. Some people are literally surrounded by places to go. Like, every travel doesn't, you have to start small, because 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say you have to, right? But starting small, I think, helps. You don't want to skip no steps, right? So starting small, you sitting up there, and you like, all right, we just gonna take a vacation up to here, and we go sit up here for a couple of days. And then you get used to vacating, the money that you spend. Like, it is so cool to go out there and realize it's different parts of the world. It's different parts of the world where you at. And it literally helps you boost. It literally helps you boost your mood. And like I said, it just change your outlook. And that's why I say, like, mindset is so big. Mindset is so big to me, because sometimes people get caught up and you thinking that you have to go to the Mexico, or I need to go to Brazil. You can literally book a trip and do so many things in the state that you from. You could literally do so much things in the state that you are from. So that was set up a getaway. That was number 3 on this list. Number 4 was work for your strengths. Do something you're good at to build self-confidence, then tackle tougher tasks. That goes into what I was talking about, the small steps. Play to your strengths. Now, that's one thing that I had to learn. Like, I feel like sometimes in the service we overdo it. Like, you could have a person that's great at running, don't really have upper body strength. So every time this NCO get up there, y'all finna go on a crazy run. Play to your strength, exercise your strength. But like I said, it's a double-sided coin to tackle tougher things. So I'm doing this to build my confidence up. Like, if I came into the service thinking I could cook, because I did different cooking at home, but then you get around people and you like, man, I know how to properly cook now. Then I know how to properly do this, do that. I had a flight a few days ago, and they literally went back to the Pentagon and was happy about this meal. And it was a simple meal, but it was executed right. And that's, like I said earlier, like, sometimes it's the simple thing, like execution, but it builds your confidence. Because it's like, when you perform bad, this is how I try to tell myself and tell other people around me. When you perform bad, that doesn't mean that you bad. You just had a bad moment. But sometimes we get down on ourselves. Sometimes we're not confident in abilities and the stuff that we're doing, that we just be like, oh, I'm bad, or I suck at this, or this not going right because I'm not supposed to be doing it. When at the end of the day, you just had a bad time. So I live with the mentality like, I'm good. I'm good at cooking. I think I'm pretty decent, right? I'm decent, right? I'm decent at this cooking thing. But when I have bad moments, that's just what it is, a bad moment. Learn from it and keep moving. So definitely work with your strengths. Do things you're good at. I'd rather sit here and talk to y'all with a mic and not record it. But I know people like YouTube. I know people like listening to. I know people like seeing the person behind the voice. So, hey, I record it. I'm stronger at talking. Am I stronger at talking to a camera and stronger at trying to keep it within a certain time limit and trying to structure for a podcast? Hell no. But I play to the strength of talking. I didn't go out there and try to start shooting movies. I started a podcast because I enjoy talking. And I'm like, I could talk. And once you start things, you realize, like, okay, it's a little bit more deeper than talking. But I'm just saying now to say I enjoy that. Work for your strengths. It says, keep it cool for a good night's sleep. All right, we talked about something like that. I do like sleeping cold. Sleep however comfortable you are, but the tip was keep it cool for a good night's sleep. It says you do not have to see the whole staircase. Just take a few steps. Martin Luther King Jr. thinks of something. Martin Luther King Jr. Think of something in your life you want to improve and figure out how can you take that step in the right direction. Exactly what we was talking about on last week's episode. Powerful people control what they can control. You can't control what that step is in the dark, but you can control that step. So take that step and keep it moving. So you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. That's powerful. And that's I guess it's a quote Martin Luther King Jr. So that's pretty dope. And then it says experiment with a new place. Write a poem. I'm sorry, yeah. Experiment with a new place, recipe, write a new poem, paint, try a Pinterest project, create an expressive overall way of being. Creative expression and overall way of being is linked together. And that is, like I say, that's pretty cool. That's powerful. And what I think is powerful about that, sometimes people get so bogged down and I, like I said, I can only speak for myself, but we are human, right? Some people get so bogged down on not being themselves and having to act a certain way because the environment that they in dictates the way that they act. And it's sometimes like change the environment because you being yourself and expressing yourself, trying something, experimenting, doing something new. It does do something to you. Because you can sit there, like I know I say it all the time, but I love that quote. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll go its whole life thinking that it's stupid. But you sitting over here, you may not be, your whole family might be good at basketball. And basketball may not be cut out for you. But you sit up there and you just want to play basketball, you steady play basketball, play basketball, play basketball. You ain't good, you ain't really getting better, it's just not for you. It's 10 billion other sports you can do. It's 10 billion other activities that you could do. You might not be good at basketball, but you're a good trainer because you understand it, you know how to execute it. And you may be a wonderful teacher of the sport of basketball, but you wasn't that good. Think of how many boxing coaches are up here coaching fighters with 30 and O's and 50 and O's and 40 and O's, and their professional career was not like that, or they didn't even have a professional career. So I really think that is cool. Experiment. That if you failing and you trying something you ain't good at, that means you ain't trying enough things. Because there's something out there for you to be good at. So that was number 7, experiment. And then number 8 on this list, show some love to someone in your life. If affection, spending close, affection. All right, affection. Spending quality time in relationship enhances your happiness and health. I think that is pretty cool. Like I say, I'm with that. So this number 8 is show some love to someone in your life. Like I say, I like that. You know, it don't have to be your significant other. It could be your kids. So many people that you're in to boost. Yeah, showing affection and it can boost your happiness and enhance your happiness in your life and overall create a healthy life. I think that's pretty dope. Number 9 is boost your brain power by boost your brain power by treating yourself to a couple pieces of dark chocolate every few days. If you don't like chocolate, treat yourself to something that boosts your brain power every day. I ain't up here just eating no dark chocolate. I am dark chocolate. You know what? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna stop playing. But yeah, I ain't up here just eating no dark chocolate, but you might catch me with too many purple Skittles. But find something, treat yourself. I ain't trying to change that list. Number 9 was boost your brain power by treating yourself to a couple pieces of dark chocolate every day. Oh, I like this list too. We got Maya Angelou on here. It says, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. That is true. That is why I'm getting up. Y'all don't understand. A lot of some people was able to hear the first episode of my podcast. The first episode of my podcast was very emotional for me to shoot, but it was something that I went through, and I really, really, really want to talk about it. But once again, I'm gonna try to present it at the best time to talk about that episode that went on in my life. But I think that is pretty dope. Even just you can go sell your story to somebody and make a movie, or you could go sell your story, your script. You writers, how many writers do you know? Just like songwriters, I'm saying, how many movie and TV writers do you actually know where they just world famous? But some of the people who wrote these TV shows and stuff, just regular people, and they write it. You got a producer, this, that, and third. But how many times have a TV show has been off the air because they like the writers went on strike? It's a story inside of everybody. Tell it. That's why I make jokes. I make jokes about rapping and it ain't for everybody, just that and third, but people telling their stories. And 9 times out of 10, you ain't even got to be good with some things. If you can find somebody to relate to the story that you're telling, you on and popping. So that was pretty dope. That was a quote from Maya Angelou. They had we read one earlier from Martin Luther King. But yeah, so that's pretty dope. So the number 10 for them is there is no greater agony than bearing a untold story inside of you. Then it says, number 11, sometimes we don't need to add new activities to get pleasure. We just need to soak up and enjoy the ones we have already. Trying to be optimistic doesn't mean ignoring the uglier side of life. It's just meaning to focus on the positive as much as possible. I like that. I like that. I like that. And yes, that is very true. You don't have to add no. If you're not appreciative, and this is how I interpret it, if you're not appreciative, it's kind of like the grass is green on the other side type of thing, right? If you're not appreciative of what you have going on, just because you go do something else, appreciation starts from wherever you at. If you wasn't happy enough, or you didn't have it in you enough to water the grass where you was at, because like that's the saying, right? The grass is not green on the other side; it's greener where you water it at. Water the grass. So you could find activities that you doing, or it's activities in your life that you dreading, that maybe you can go and find peace in it, or some type of, like I say, happiness in it. And I like this one too because it's a double-sided coin. Just because it says trying to be optimistic doesn't mean ignoring the ugly side of life. No, but it's trying to, not trying, it's looking at the positive side, because it's not always bad. Even like I say, people get tired of hearing it. You down, life sucks. You still living. And sometimes living is not a happy upside from people. But it is true, like you can find it. It's mindset. It's literally mindset. If I don't want to be here anyway, living is not going to make me happy. But like I say, it's all mindset. And so I like that. That was number 11. Sometimes we don't need to add new activities, but get more. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sometimes we don't need to add new activities, but get more pleasure. So I like that. And then it says, feeling anxious, take a trip down memory lane and do some cool coloring for about 20 minutes to help you clear your mind. Pick up and design a geometric or a complicated piece, and it will affect your mood. Hundreds of people use printable color pages. I think that's pretty dope. I wouldn't have thought about that, but I like coloring books. Matter of fact, the painting, painting's been a big thing these last few years. I like painting the pictures with the numbers, so I think that's pretty cool. Taking a trip down memory lane. I like how they put that together, because reflecting and thinking about something that made you happy in the past is cool. I like how they put that together. And our last segment of social, heartfelt, and informative things on the internet, we were talking about anxiety because this is Mental Health Month. And that was the number one cause. That was the number one mental illness in the United States. So I like that. Take time to laugh. Hang out with others, funny people, friends. Watch a comedy show. Check out cute videos online. Laughter reduces anxiety. We kind of already touched on that. And like I say, I like that. Find laughter, happy people. Not tears of a clown. I'm just talking about genuinely happy people. Like I say, sometimes comedians are very funny and they make you laugh, but they don't be the happiest people. It's some people that is genuinely happy and are funny that provide you with laughter. And that was number 13. Number 14 says, get off of the grid. Leave your smartphone at home for a day. Disconnect from constant emails, alerts, and other interruption. Spend time doing something fun with someone face to face. Get off the grid. I like that. I know sometimes we can't disconnect. I really want. That's what I'm working to. I don't see myself as a 9 to 5 or working doing a job that I can't dictate. Living my life, and I mean that in the most humble and purest way possible. Like that's just not me. Some people, it's mundane to me, and I don't want to be mundane, right? And I'm just saying that to say, I separate work from home. Because even working from home, I think that was one of the suckiest things, and studies actually came out. When you work at home and you working around your whole house, and you don't set up a section to work from home in, then your home becomes work. And that's not good. So in the army, you work 24/7, you're a soldier 24/7. No, it's plenty of regs that states it's work time and it's off time, and when I'm on leave, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So I definitely think taking time and each and every day. Like some things could wait, and being able to identify the things that can wait. Everything is not important right now. You just getting on my nerves because you might be bored at home or you hate your life. You're not finna come over here and try to make me hate mine. Just not happening. I'd rather get in trouble than you sitting up here talking about it nothing. That is a part of being in the service. Sometimes suck, but like I say, it is regulations that cover this stuff, and people ain't supposed to bother you 24/7. You're a soldier 24/7. You're a lot of stuff 24/7. It's a lot of stuff you do 24/7. People need their break. That was number 14. Get off the grid. 15. Dance around while you're doing housework. Not only will you get your chores done, but dancing reduces the level of cholesterol and the stress hormone, and increases endorphins that makes the body feel good and release chemicals. Okay, so I mean, hey, if you grew up I ain't gonna say African American. You grew up with parents that like listening to R&B or like house cleaning on Sunday. That was normal. You sit up here and you do some spring cleaning, or like I say, even just cleaning up on Sundays. I definitely think that helped. That was number 15. Dance around while you doing housework. Do it. That's why TikTok's so cool. I think TikTok is cool for like the dancing aspect of it, but dancing while you doing chores is the tip. So not just on TikTok dancing. So that was number 15. Number 16, go ahead and yawn. Studies suggest that yawning helps cool the brain and improves alertness and mental efficiency. That's pretty dope. I did not know that. I thought yawning was like a lax of oxygen to the brain, or is that only when you're working out? I don't know. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty cool. So number 16 was go ahead and yawn, and then it says relax in a warm bath once a week. Try adding Epsom salt to soothe aches and pains and help boost magnesium levels, which can be deployed by stress. I like that. I like that. I like that. Oh, I'm sorry, depleted by stress. I was like, what the? I had to go back and reread. I'm like, what the hell you deploy stress? But anyway, it says depleted by stress. I take a hot bath almost every night. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I like baths. I like baths. Anything I do, even take a shower, they gotta be hot and steamy. I know they make that joke about all women and around like that, but I like taking a hot bath. And Epsom salt bath, I love bath bombs. Anybody that know me, anybody that ever dated me, they probably done got me so many bath bombs, because I love it. Bath bombs need to be added to the love languages. Like, I love it. I love it. Not gifts, I'm talking bath bombs itself. Those things do magic. But definitely, I think taking a relaxing bath helps. And one thing that I know, like a lot of guys, I ain't gonna say a lot of guys, because I see guys taking baths, right? Or sitting down taking like bubble baths. Some guys, like, I'm sitting in dirt, I'm doing this. Some people shower before they take baths. Some people don't. Some people shower after they take baths. Nothing says that you have to sit there. Like, you're not a little kid. Nothing says that you got to scrub a dub while you sitting in the tub. You could relax. It's just like a hot tub. You're not sitting out there washing your washing your butt in a hot tub. Like, so definitely a warm bath helped me. It says, has something been bothering you? Let it out. let it all out on paper. Writing about upsetting experiences can reduce symptoms of depression. I'm not even gonna lie. Me and my big brother, he was like, you venting about punching people in the face and doing this. And I'm like, I got a temper. I was about to say violent. That wouldn't be true. I'm a physical person, right? So like I'm venting to you about this, but I'm not doing it. And he like, oh, thinking about it. If you thinking about it, then you gonna be doing it. And I literally just had this conversation with him last night. Like, no, me talking about it helps me get it out. Like once I talk about it, it's over. It's like you talk about it, you hear it, you see it. You like, you not worth me putting my hands on you. And like I'm just getting it out, especially at work. Like it's a lose-lose. You can't haul off and do too much stuff at certain places in the service, right? So I definitely think writing your stress out helps you. Like they say, burn books, writing a piece of paper and burning it every night. Like it goes. Like I say, it's mindset. Things only work if you believe it. It only works if you believe that it's working. If you don't believe that it's working, not too many tips that a lot of people give you are gonna help because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. Okay, well, I believe that you're the problem. That's just my thought on it. I'm just saying, like, you gotta wrap your mind around something. Things that you give life to will give life to you. So whatever you believe in, that's a growth. So if you believe that this don't work, that don't work, then you believe that you don't work, and then it don't like. It don't help. It don't help at all. So definitely writing it out. I think that's good. Spend times with friends. We kind of talked about that. It says spend time with your animals, lower cholesterol, boosts antioxidants, which stimulates feelings of happiness. If you don't have a pet, hang out with friends who does or volunteer at a shelter. Oh, spend time with your furry friend. I'm like, why about spending time with your friend? And then talking about dogs. But definitely, I'm a doggy mom. I have 2 of them. My little boy don't stay with me. I miss him all the time. But definitely coming home to my little girl, just being with my little girl. And they be happy too. I don't know why. It just feels so good for something. If we had our tailbone was long enough and you was around certain people. Like if I see my daddy all the time, like my tail will be wagging. It's just something that feels good. Like this thing right here loves me. It can't talk. I know people be like, oh, well, they gotta love you, but they don't. I know plenty of dogs that can't stand their owners. Like, a dog action or reaction to you is genuine. So definitely, I think spending time with your furry friends help. This next one is a quote, too. I'm gonna mess up this last name. The furry. I'm gonna say Henry David, because I don't know what that is. It says, what lies before us and what lies behind us are small compared to what lies within us. And when you bring what in you out into the world, miracles happen. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that so much. So I'm going to read it again. It says, the 20 for this one is a quote. It says, Henry David, can't pronounce the last name. Forgive me. I ain't even going to try. But it says, what lies before us and what lies behind us are small compared to what lies within us. And when you bring what's within you out into the world, miracles happen. I love that. I got to copy that. I love that. I love that. And then it says, Henry David, last name starts with a T, practice mindfulness by staying in the present. And I said it, I'm telling you, another one of my favorite quotes. The closest thing to infinity is the present. The closest thing to infinity is the present. I love that quote. I think that quote is dope, and I like that. I think that is dope. Practicing mindfulness by staying in the present. Because the moment I've been shooting these episodes and doing this episode, 2 minutes ago is the past. 2 minutes before me gonna be the future. But me talking and doing this episode is as long as I'm doing this episode. That's way longer than me looking, oh, this episode here, this episode there. Me 2 minutes ago, in the future is going to be 2 minutes, then it's going to be 2 minutes ago again, and 2 minutes in the past is going to end up 4 minutes in the past. But guess what? I'm still gonna be shooting this episode until I'm done shooting this episode. The presence is the closest thing to infinity. So I like that quote. That was number 20. What lies before us and what lies behind us is small compared to what lies within us. When you bring what is in you out into the world, miracles happen. I really enjoy that. Number 21 on this list. Be a tourist in your own town. I ain't read these lists. You see, right there, confirmation of what I just was talking about, what I have talked about on so many of my episodes. Be a tourist in your own town. It's so much stuff going on. I've been in this town 34 years. Grandma, there's so much new stuff out in the world. Homeboy, it's so much bigger world than your block. It is a huge world outside of your block. It says oftentimes people only explore attractions on trips, but you may be surprised what cool things lie in your own backyard. Didn't I just say that? Come on, y'all. Overthinking understanding. Come on, man. That's fire. I like that. That was number 21. Be a tourist in your own time. Number 22. Prepare your lunches or picking your clothes out for work for a week. You'll save time in the morning and have sense of controlling about your week. Try preparing lunches or picking out your clothes for a week. You'll save time in mornings and have a sense of control about the week. Okay, I like that. It was kind of worded, kind of weird, coming up a little bit, but I like it. I like that, and I think that's true. Like I say, and you don't think about it. Like sometimes the future brings people anxieties, and some people who prepare, like, oh, they are so well prepared, but truthfully, they like being in control. And like I said, it's a balance to everything. So if you do control your whole week, try to throw a little curveball in there, like the last list said. Try to switch up your mundane. So you love controlling your week, doing all this, that, and that. Try to, okay, you know what? Thursday, I ain't gonna pick out no outfit. Or if you wear a uniform, you know what? I don't know what drawers I'm gonna wear on Thursday. And I'm just being funny, but control what you control. You know, I don't know what watch, what earring I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna just wake up and see if that's what you do. And if you don't do it, try it. Like I say, it's balanced to everything. So that was number 22. Try preparing your lunches or picking out your clothes for a week. Number 23, working with some omega-3 fatty acids into your diets. They are linked to decreasing rates of depression along with many other benefits. Fish oil supplements work, but eating your omega-3 foods like wild salmon, flax seeds, or walnut also helps build healthy gut bacteria. That's something new. 23, work on some of your omega-3 fatty acids into your diets. I'm a cook. I'm not a nutritionist. I have I don't want to say that sound bad, right? I know a little bit about nutrition. But nutritionists know they nutritionists, their job, so they study it a little bit deeper. But you know, they salmon, wild salmon, flaxseed oil. So that's no 23. I ain't got too much to say about it. I don't know too much. Practice forgiveness. That's a good one. I already know it's about to be good. It says number 24 on this list. Practice forgiveness. Even if it's just forgiving that person who cut you off during your commute. People who forgive have a better mental health and reported better, more satisfied with their lives. And it is reported they are more satisfied with their lives. I think that's true. Like I say, I know sometimes people who actually know me, they be like, you got to learn to forget things. I don't necessarily forget a lot of things. And it's not like people say, I forgive, but I don't forget. But stuff still sit there, but I forgive people. I forgive people because people, like, I still allow them in my life. Or I don't necessarily, I change the way, how can I say it? I change the way that I do certain things with them, but I do allow them to be there or do them. I don't know how, I can't formulate what I'm trying to say properly, but definitely practice forgiveness is a big thing. Because like they say, harboring unforgiveness and hate is like you taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Like, they not gonna die, they not you. you being pissed off at them and you think that's just eating them up, eventually, even if it's for their mental health, they're going to move on. So and that pisses people off even more, because you sitting over there pissed off, severely pissed off, and they just like, man, I can't. You ever had your significant other and they do something and you just want to get them back, and you so pissed off and they stay mad at you forever, and you just like, I can't keep apologizing. Either we gonna move on or you gonna go on. I can't keep, like, it's nothing else I can do, because forgiveness lies with you. The person can say apology, you can say you accept the apology, just that in the third, but forgiveness lies with you. So I think that's dude. I'm a dude. I think that's dope. Definitely practice forgiveness. What appears to be climates are often sources of fountains. I like that. That was another. That was another quote. And then it says, trying to find a silver lining in something crude. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I like it. I like that. I like that. Because sometimes things can suck. Things can seem worse than what they are, because it's not what you want, but it works out for you. So that's kind of how I interpret that. I like that. And then it's 26 says, feeling stressed, smile. It may not be the easiest thing to do, but smiling can help lower your heart rate and calm you down. I definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm a butthole, and I have like a lot of butthole comments in my head, so I'm smirking all the time. I'm smiling all the time. Sometimes I just smile because, my grandmother taught me, my mama taught me, like, people hate to see you smile. So even when you ain't feeling good, like, it's going to piss you off to smile. I'm smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, any cricket teeth do that, I'm smiling. So definitely I think smiling is dope. And so that was number 26. Number 27, send a thank you note. Not for material items, but for something, but let someone know why you appreciate them. Written expressions of gratitude or lead to increased happiness. I actually like that. I usually try to do it every other Thanksgiving, but I said, hey, I'm thankful for you being in my life, for this, that, and the third. Even when people help, like I had one of my people help me. I'm getting ready to take a train somewhere, and I'm like, I don't really do public transit. Like, I didn't really get out a lot as a kid. I just started living my life, so it's like, hey, I really, like, it's something small to them, because they've been getting out, they've been moving around, like, they got years on me, they done lived. I ain't gonna say they got years on me, because there's some little kids that could probably teach me how to do public transit. I just didn't really get down with public transit like that in the States. Korea, it's simple. I don't know. I guess because I was there and I got out into the world there, that I know how to do it. But in the States, I don't really do public transit. So, and I'm just saying all that to say, like I said, it was just a thank you, quick little message. Like, hey, I appreciate you. I know, maybe I should know how to do these things, but I don't. So I appreciate you for helping me. And it does make me feel better. And that's something small. Some of these things is cool once you start doing them, and you realize that you do these things already, or you incorporate these things into your everyday life and you don't even realize it. Then it says, do something with friends and family, having a cookout, going to the park, spending 12, what it say? It says spend 6 to 7 hours with friends and family. Do what you can. Like I say, social media, being able to FaceTime. We live in a world where sometimes, if we have family, and family is not relatives, family is who you make it. So definitely, I think that is cool, and that is dope, and definitely do that if you can. It says take 30 minutes to go for a walk in nature. It could be a stroll through a park or a hike in the woods. Research shows that being in nature can increase your energy levels and reduce depression and boost well-being. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Gotta give me something to drink. I definitely agree with that. Like I say, I like doing I like being able to run and look at things, and definitely it's a trail not too far from my house. Beautiful trail surrounded by trees and lakes and ducks, and I love it. Sometimes getting out of nature is very peaceful. That was number 29. Take a 30-minute. I'm sorry, yeah. Take 30 minutes to go walk in nature. Number 30. We almost at the end of this list, y'all. We done did, what is that? 30, 40, 50, 60. I thought 100. Still about close enough. 60. So this episode I be done gave y'all 61 things to do to help boost you up. What did it say? Yeah, 60. All right. So number 30, do your best to enjoy 15 minutes of sunshine. Apply sunscreen. They had to add that. Sunlight, vitamin D, which experts believe is a mood elevator. The sun does help. The sun does help. And one thing that helps me, I kid you not, with me being a cabinet attendant for 4 years, I didn't realize, like, you know how they always say the sun is shining even if you don't see it. Being able to be on the ground where it's raining and you get above the clouds and it is beautiful, peaceful blue skies. That me being able to have that picture and know that literally, like people say it, but to literally see it all the time, like you come cloudy and it look crazy, then you go above the clouds and the sun is always shining. My granny said something this week that was powerful. She was like, and like I don't knock what nobody believe in, right? Like I said, I believe in what I believe in. So that's what I talk about on my show. But my granny said something powerful this week. She said, God told the sun, the stars, and the moon to shine, and they get up and do it every day. Every day. And she was like, you got to remember to do the same thing, because every day you wake up and you rise, you are his child. So I'm just saying that, like I say, I'm not knocking what you believe in or nothing like that, but that was something powerful that she said, and that is, and it, this tip made me jog it. So number 30 said, do your best to enjoy 15 minutes of sunshine. Even if you could go out on your patio, like my little girl, she's used to having a backyard. Like I said, I recently moved. That's why the studio switched up and everything. But now she has a balcony. But she likes going out there and sitting. So I go out there and I sit with her. So just in that sunlight. Number 31 on here. This is from Albert Einstein. Everyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. And it says, try something outside of your comfort zone to make room for adventure and excitement in life. And that's true. No matter what it is. And like I say, sometimes staying in our comfort zone, because this is what I have learned to live in this life. Sometimes people's comfort zone is negative. Like, you get so used to people being negative, talking negative, not caring about you, or talking down on you to make themselves feel better. Oh man, we just high-siding and we just joking. You used to that, and you get into this environment around people who don't act like that, like literally really celebrate you, really make you feel like this, that, and the third. And it's kind of nervous to you. So even in that, like I said, everything is balanced and everything is two-sided. Get outside of your comfort zone. If you used to people talking that crap and doing this, and go out there and find some people who is genuinely happy. So it's some people out there that can make jokes without you being the butt of it or talking down on somebody else. They're literally just funny. It don't have they talking about themselves or just talking about life in general. So I definitely think number 30. That quote, number 31 is very important, and that quote from Albert Einstein is a great one. If you ain't never made a mistake, you ain't trying nothing new. And that's why I say it's two-sided, because some people, like I say, I talk about life in the service because it's something that I have been doing for 8 years, but like sometimes people get so caught up in the service and you just like, all right, bro, real life gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. And bro is an expression for men and women. It's like life is gonna hit you like a ton of bricks, or they be at a unit for so long and they act a certain way. Like you ain't gonna better act like that in another unit, or eventually the world, especially something like the army, where it is ran by volunteer people, and that's why so much stuff get changed. Like that might work for you for 15, 20 years. 15 to, because 20 years most people out, right? But that might work for you 8, 9 years, 6 years, whatever. But a couple years it might switch, it might flip. The people who you was talking down and talking crazy to, they might end up being in charge. So definitely number 31 is important. Anyone who has never made a mistake, has never tried anything new, and it says try something outside of your comfort zone, is it to make room for adventure and excitement in your life. I like that. That is it for the list. That is it for the list. I hope y'all enjoyed that list. Please let me know if y'all like more episodes like this, because I'm down to do, like I say, whatever to feed y'all, whatever to make us together the best version of ourselves. But that'll be it for this episode. Like I said, if y'all want those lists, all I did was Google mental health tips, and it was so many that popped up. I just picked 5. So for 3 lists, was it 5? It was 3 or 5, maybe 4. But I think 3 lists or 4 lists had 10, and then 1 list had 31. So that was pretty dope. So that'll be wrapping up this episode. That'll be wrapping up the topic part of this episode. Let me stand corrected. The topic part of this episode. And now we're going to get into the segment, social, heartfelt, and informative things on the internet. On the internet for short. So let's get into it. So social. What we go talk about? Social media. I got this on social media. Terrence Crawford. Everybody know I love boxing, right? But it's actually Terrence Crawford's daughter. I forgot. I think she's like 6 or something. Her name is Talaya. Shout out to you. A nickname Lele. She ran out of her shoe at the beginning of the race. I'm talking about boom, pistol shot, whatever. She ran up out her shoe. She go back, gets her shoe, and come back and ran the whole race. And that's not because the girl stopped running or nothing. I'm talking about that baby girl ran up out of her shoe. At the beginning of the race, came up out her shoe. Went back and got her shoe and came back. And the reason, like I said, is mental health and everything, even this segment, everything that we're going to talk about on these episodes is mental health. What I think is so powerful about that baby girl's mindset, and her mental health and just her will not to quit boosted so many people. If you read his comments, his wife's comments, she made ESPN. She even made when Google pops up the little news, she made I forgot what news reporting thing it was. She even made that little girl's story is gonna be motivation and a mental health boost to so many people for so many years to come. Even herself. That baby did something that I think she like 6 or something like that. That baby did something at such a young age that she'll be able to go back and look at that later on when she get down with herself. So that is the reason that this was included on there. So that was social. The heartfelt topic we're going to talk about on here is Kevin Samuels. I'm going to say it like this. And the reason that it's heartfelt, that man died at, I think he's like 56, and death is hard for anybody, right? And that, that's a loss to his family. The reason that it was included on this episode and like I said, we're talking about mental health and everything like that. A lot of people were happy when he died. Like I say, celebrate death. Nobody says you have to be there. I don't believe you're supposed to be sad when people die. Mourn time lost when you have to work, or you was able to do something, or you wanted to do something you weren't able to. But I do not believe in mourning death, because at any given time people live their life, or they're giving birth to some babies didn't even make it. Like, I just don't believe it's something that's out of our control. So I don't want to mourn something that I know like it's coming, it's inevitable. I only mourn like, man, I really wanted to do that, or I really wish I could have spent time with them while they're still living, and I had to miss it because of this, that, and the third. But Kevin Samuels passed on, and like I said, I done spoke about it. I don't agree with the stuff that he said. If you haven't checked out Is It a Gay Agenda, I kind of talked about him briefly on there. But at the end of the day, the man stated his opinion, right? And sometimes people called up there to hear his opinion. And like I say, I don't agree with everything that he said. But I was going back and forth with one of my. I didn't even say back and forth. I was talking back with one of my buddies on Facebook, and I was like, a lot of guys say you don't listen to single women, this, that, and the third. And he was like, well, he was single by choice, I believe, and he was talking about from experience, this, that, and the third. Even if all that is true, That could be on the same foot for females who are single. They could be single by choice, but your boyfriend or whoever, your girlfriend, as soon as y'all get into it, don't be listening to nobody single. I'm just saying all that to say. It shouldn't be nobody on earth, nobody besides you, that get your mental health so aggravated, so bothered, that you literally are happy that somebody died that you never met. It's plenty of people that spew hate off into the world. It's plenty of people that live to 90. Like, I know, was it Vivica Fox who said it? I think it was Vivica Fox who said it. You know, karma. It's slave owners that live to 80, 90 years old. It's rapists that you'll never know was rapists, and child molesters that's lived very long lives. It's some child molesters, child traffickers, all types of people that you probably your favorite musician or actor or actress, all of that. So that ain't nobody getting that karma. Death happens. It shouldn't nobody. You shouldn't let nobody get you that caught up in your mind and on your mental health that you celebrating the death of somebody you ain't never met. So that was heartfelt. And then informative things on the internet. Let me get back. I actually pulled up because it's mental health. So I wanted to look up the most recent major mental health issue. And what I had found was this study, and it says medical news today. So informative, this is what we're going to do for our informative part of this segment. It says blood pressure and mental health study finds cardiovascular link. And it says mental health condition may interfere with blood pressure and heart rate. A new study finds, and then it says it's affecting people physiologically as well as their mental condition can be interfering with the body's cardiovascular system, and it is creating physiological problems. And that is powerful. And I think that was cool to add with that segment, because how we touched on mental health. And like I say, my outlook on it. Your brain is like the computer system to your body. So if you're overloading it, putting too much pressure on it, it affects everything else. And literally, why I think that it's so powerful, it's your brain, it's thoughts. You know how, like, if somebody come up and punch you in the face and you start bleeding or something, like, it was something physically did that. But something that you can literally, a thought can pop into your head. You cannot make it, as far as, like, if you want to see that thought, you can't make it tangible. You can make words tangible. You can make what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, you could go out there and act on your thought and make it a reality, but it's physically just seeing your thought. You can't do it, right? But it is something that it can affect the way that blood is moving through your body, increases your heart rate. If you think about stress, anxiety, depression, you can have these thoughts that shut you down for the whole day. The whole day. So I thought that was powerful. I think that was a couple of days ago that I found that article. But I would think that was something that has been studied, and that is something that's been found, because I literally, like, you could think about something and get you pissed off, your heart. And like I said, I'm a person, I got a temper. You know, I've been to anger management. You know, I see therapists, talk to therapists and around like that. Well, I don't talk to therapists, talk to a therapist. I have had a couple therapists, but just around here, like, just talking to them, right? But I'm just saying all that to say, like, when I'm getting mad, like, sometimes, like, especially when it was getting real bad, besides, like, you know, I done snapped before I knew it, done broke a windshield. You know, like, I'm like, dang, now that's $500 out of my pocket. You know, but I'm just saying all that to say, like, I could get so mad sometimes and, like, my chest will start hurting. And it's just like, why am I working myself up this much? I'm going to let anger kill me. That's why I say, like, people, they die from a broken heart. They die from anger. They die from sadness. Like, literally, these things that we're thinking, or the way that we are processing things, is killing us. It's having a physical effects on us. And like I say, things on the internet is what you make it. So last week I said, find some things on the internet that make you happy. Find something on the internet that brings joy to you. And it's the same thing making you happy. Like the internet is, find something on the internet that's informative to you. Find something on the internet that teaches you. The internet is not just social media. That's social media. The internet is Google. The internet is how I went on there and found these tips. It is is schools and different languages to be learned off of the internet. It is books on the internet. Find something on the internet that helps you on your personal development journey. And that's how we're going to end that segment. So this, like I said, this segment is social, heartfelt, and informative things on the internet for short. And we go wrap up this episode. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for listening to me. This is Viktoriya Moore. You have been listening to Overthinking and Understanding Podcast. Until next time, y'all go out there, be great, and be genuine to people.